Hi, I'm Vance, and welcome to Repair and Replace. Conventional stoves use coiled heating elements, which are exposed on the cooktop. If one burner works only some of the time, then it's most likely a problem with the receptacle. In this episode, first we'll learn how it all works, and then we'll take a closer look at the element, the receptacle, and the wires. Let's get started. Electric stoves are pretty simple at a base level. When electricity passes through the heating element, the resistance in the material generates heat. Each burner is on a separate circuit and is controlled by an infinite heat switch. When you turn the dial, the switch closes, letting 120 volts travel through both sides of the element. It will cycle on and off to maintain the set level of heat. When a heating element fails and loses continuity, it'll stop working completely. It can't magically start working again the next day. An intermittent problem with the element is most likely caused by a loose connection between the receptacle and the element terminals. For instance, when using heavy pots, it's not uncommon for the connection to flex or weaken over time. A loose connection can also result in electrical arcing. As electricity jumps between the terminals, carbon builds up, making the connection even weaker. As well, a faulty wire between the heat switch and the receptacle can also cause intermittent heating. Although these problems can be hard to test, you can still inspect the receptacle and wires for damage. Always be safe and disconnect the power at the breaker. First, lift up the element and remove it. Now check the terminals. If they are covered in a black soot, then clean the terminals. If the terminals look pitted or damaged, then it's best to replace the element. Heating elements are either 6 or 8 inches wide. They come in a variety of wattages, which are usually printed on the side. Blackened terminals are also a sign that the receptacle is worn out. In either case, it's still good to inspect the receptacle and the wires. To do an inspection, you'll have to lift up the cooktop. The top will lift up similar to the hood of a car, and the support rods will hold it in place. Now locate the receptacle. If the plastic housing appears melted, cracked, or blackened, then it should be replaced. Next, inspect the receptacle wires. If any part looks darkened or feels stiff, then it's a good sign that the wires are faulty. In most cases, damage to the wires will be close to the receptacle itself. Fortunately, most receptacle kits come with a length of wire long enough to repair the damage. If you need a new receptacle, then enter your model number on the AMRE Supply website. From there, you'll see a parts breakdown with the exact replacement parts listed for your model. If you don't find a match, there are universal kits that work with most models. You can see how to replace the receptacle in the video linked below. For more troubleshooting videos on water heaters, furnaces, and appliances, then subscribe to our channel. And if you need help, you can call or visit our AMRE location to talk with our knowledgeable staff. Thanks for watching.